Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to the Citytilidie channel. I have a regular feature. Well, it's this has been a little while since the last one, since episode 9. We've got episode 10 of the One City show today. Just there's been that many games recently, so much excitement. Yeah, the champions, there you go, on 2 or 3 days ago now. It's not quite sunk in yet that we put that title to bed. Well, someone put it to bed for us. It wasn't us, was it? That's for sure. But yeah, episode 10 of the One City show, where we have a look at various things on the media, various City fans, things that City fans have posted, what other people have been saying about City, or all media stuff, images and excerpts of tirades and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. So I'm doing this for the 14th of May 2021, so there's still a couple of things to be decided this season, isn't there? So there no doubt will be another one before the after the season ends now. It's only 2 or 3 weeks away, isn't it? Oh, dear me. Don't know if I can face that or not, to be honest with you, but there you go. Anyway, enjoy me for this little magazine vlog, this little magazine feature anyway. Please, if you're new to this channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. I try and entertain and inform as much as I can. I mean, a lot of the stuff on here you might have seen on the internet over the last 2 or 3 weeks, but there might be stuff you've missed as well. So please press that notification button if you like what I do anyway. And you will see some stuff on my film and TV channel as well. So if that's of any interest to you, have a look at that as well. Or if you know someone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. But today it's football, and that's what we're interested in. And if you follow or friend me on Twitter and Facebook, I post loads of football stuff on there as well. So if you follow or friend me on there, I do check every 2 or 3 days and follow and friend everyone back. And all your comments, very, very welcome. And yeah, I do little promos for certain things. You know, you can see from the background there. I mean, you know, it's if you got anything out there City related that you want people to know about. As I say, all right, I've not got the most massive following, but I'll put out there what I've got, and I'll keep it. I'll sort of plug it for you. You know, that's what I do for City fans and people who do City stuff. They're not always obviously they may do other team stuff as well, but if there's anything that's good for City, I'll put it on here. So let me know anyway. Make a comment, or if you've got anything you want plugging, just give us a shout. Of course, you haven't got time to comment today. Just sort of give us a little thumbs up. That's nice. So just so I know that you're out there. It's nice to get views, but it's nice to get thumbs up. Right, let's get on with this. Right, City. I call this little section the first section, sort of City images, past and present. I mean, there may be some things that go into another section at the end, like a media section. But yeah, so. First thing that appeals to me, yeah, despite the loss, obviously it seems a long time ago now. That shows how long ago it is since we did this. But of course, we had the FA Cup semi-final loss, and we had all that end. I thought it looked pretty good, didn't it? We certainly beat them on the banners, didn't we? As far as Chelsea was concerned, we actually beat them on the best banners, and then obviously some of those banners were left there. I think more or less for the Carabao Cup final, weren't they, against Tottenham? So again, they were far better than their things. So I'd just like to say all well done to everyone involved in actually getting those banners down to Wembley and getting them on the seats. All right, one went a bit, one went well and one didn't go so well, but I'm sure the guys appreciated having the banners down there anyway. And the first sort of little push for someone, Chase at Wavy Creations, at Wavy Creations _. He does his city-based artwork, and he's got a great image there of KDB guarded by some of our other City stars as well. So I think that's a fantastic image. So if you go on to at Wavy Creations _ and give him your support, he does some really good images. He may have been featured in other magazine vlogs that I've done, but yeah, so he's worth a look and worth a follow for all City fans. And yeah, away from images of portraits and pictures and images, we've got, of course, the Leak City kits now, haven't we? Obviously, we've seen the home kit, which we've obviously got one with there with Phil Foden lounging in it, quite comfortable. I'm not overly impressed with the collar, to be honest with you. I don't like it. It looks a bit of a... It's like the collar on the... Paisley one. Is it the Paisley one's not that great? I don't like the collar on it. It's sort of a bit weak and sort of comes at a funny angle. So that looks very similar, doesn't it, with Phil Foden doing that. And obviously we've got images of an away shirt now, which is all right. I quite like it. I'm not too sure about the differing colours, the sort of different variation, rainbow colours on the wording, etc. But it's not too bad for a white. I mean, I do like a nice black top. But obviously we've got a third kit as well, haven't we? Which I have seen rumours that it might be a black one or images of a black one. But there you go. That was interesting. Yeah, and as we played PSG, of course, we had that first sort of meet along, didn't we? I didn't go there. I mean, I'm too old for that sort of thing. But I picked out just a couple of great images from that night where they were welcoming the coach for the second leg of the PSG game. Sort of two of my favourite ones. There's like dozens, weren't there, on the night? But they're two of my favourite ones there that I put up on screen. Oh yeah, a little bit of fun. I missed a certain friend of Manchester City, yeah, Mr. Howson. Yeah, we all know Mr. Howson. Might as well be Celtic, mightn't we? But there you go. Obviously, he's always spouting off about something, and no doubt he's spouting some City rhetoric quite recently. So I just saw them images of me. I just thought, well, something comes to mind looking at that image of him with his little hands, and the camera. And yeah, I think that's spot on, don't you? I think that's his long lost brother, or perhaps it's a separated at birth picture. But I must admit, as soon as I saw his image, that's the first thing that came to my mind. So I had to plough through the internet to find out an image of him, because I remember him. I didn't even remember his name or anything like that. But oh yes, spot on for Mr. House. And yeah, so Mr. House, and you got a long lost brother out there. Go and sort him out. Yep. The Manchester Evening News. I don't normally get it every evening. I tend to get it after a City game. Just for my memory boxes and what I do with my scrapbooks, etc., etc. But they do some archival pictures, don't you, of City and United, and say that was one I caught the other day. So obviously, as I say, I don't subscribe to it. I can't really afford to, I only have a flick through the Evening News and just dig out the football reports, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to buy it every evening, obviously. So I'm missing loads of stuff. But if you do get that, always look out for that. I mean, some people might just go to the back page and forget about that's on the inside page. There's lots of archival stuff and stuff like that. And there's an image up there of the 1955 FA Cup losing team waiting to go up to get the losers medal. So I just thought that was really good to see. And as I say, just to remind people, if you do buy the Evening News and you tend to just sort of skirt through it and just go to the football pages, if you're a bit like me, I have a quick look at the general news, but not too deeply. There is always a little section with archival pictures in, and some of them are great, so that's always worth a look. And yeah, just getting back to the Old Trafford shenanigans quite recently when he got the Liverpool game called off. Yeah, I mean the guy in the poor zebra pants. I mean he's been quite rightly been the butt of many jokes. But I did get an image. I thought, well, could he look better? And I thought, well, obviously Sergio. I thought Sergio looked quite good in them, and I think Pep looks quite good. And I think Sergio might have been wearing them when he tried that Panenka, didn't he, against Chelsea? But yeah, I don't think Pep looks too bad either. So I thought, well, you can look pretty banging in them, but obviously he wasn't quite the right build, was he? But so I just thought I'd have a try there and just stick out Pep and Sergio on it. I think it worked pretty well, don't you? And another one who sort of shares design, you can use these as wallpapers on your phone and stuff like this, is Brian at BRYXN Design. Yeah, and this, as he says in his tweets, it costs you nothing to share my work, and he's got a fantastic image. And say he does images of a lot of teams stuff, etc. So it's not just City particularly, but that was a great one to celebrate the City Carabao Cup win. And obviously, just keep an eye out and put him on your follow list on Twitter, and say he does some. As I said, he's not just City, but he pops up with these great images. So have a check that out. And he also did one of Phil Foden, which is up there, isn't it? A fantastic one of Phil Foden, which I think I've put on my phone. I've not saved it as me screensaver or anything yet, but it's there ready to go on when I get bored of. I can't remember what I've got on mine at the moment. I don't know. I used to have Raheem Sterling on it, but he's disappeared now. I've got something else on it. But yeah, I will swap it for that Phil Foden at one stage. So that's another great image. So give Brian a follow on Twitter. Yeah, and on the Carabao, back to the Carabao Cup. I mean, I think that's my favourite image. I put it on screen there of Ferner. Obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, he may do another season for us. But it was great to see him holding that cup. Well, it'd be great to see him holding a certain other cup, won't it? If it comes to it, as I'm recording this, it's still obviously a couple of weeks away. But yeah, that's a great image. Imagine that with all big ears. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't you? But I had to share that. I think that's a fantastic image. Interesting, yeah, Laura Lewis. Yeah, the name won't particularly mean anything to anybody there, but she's the granddaughter of ex-City player Tony Henry. If you remember Tony Henry, And she, a couple of weeks ago, she posted a really good image of her son, who obviously playing football, and you can see it. I mean, you can actually see the likeness between the two, obviously, and apparently her son's got the same work ethic and desire to succeed. So there you go. So there you are, Laura. All the best to him anyway. I thought it was a great image, and it's just nice, obviously, because for us people who remember Tony Henry, a lot of players, well, it's the sort of player I would do a special on at some stage in the future. But yeah, I thought that was a great thing from Laura. Yeah, another one. Yeah, my apologies for this. I can't remember where it came from, but there's a fantastic fridge, isn't there? We do little man caves with city stuff, and garages were turned into a city sort of shrine. But I thought that was great. I assume you can buy that to put on your fridge. Assume he's not done it himself, but I'm not too sure. If anyone knows where you drop us a line where you can get that sort of stencil thing of that thing on that fridge, I thought that was fantastic. So I thought I'd share that, because obviously it's something. You might certainly. I couldn't do it with my. Obviously, I'd get a clip around the ear hole from my dear lady. But you know, if you do have a big fridge, say in your man cave or whatever, and it's your fridge, yeah, it just looks fantastic to me. I really like that. So as I said, I don't know who posted it. I just saw the image. And of course, there was some great images, of course, of the. We'll finish on this one, on the images of the new City Champions banner, of course, on the Colin Bell stand, was it? But I saw them unfurling it. I just wondered how long it had been up there, whether it had been up there for a couple of weeks or something, something like that. Because and I did sort of say jokingly that it's good job, really, because we would have lost our deposit on it if we had to take it back and not use it. But there you go. So that was a great image of that banner. But I did wonder how long it had actually been stuck on there. I'm sure they didn't stick it on. They may have just done it on the night. I'm not too sure, but not knowing how these things are sort of planned ahead, I don't think so. Yeah, so just a quick look at the actual paper media or internet media, the various places and various people that we sort of look at. I mean, we are used to dodgy reporting, aren't we? And these, certainly from the BBC, they seem to sort of have a go at us when they can. I've seen it in the Radio Times when they're talking about City, you know, they have a go in there and stuff like that. They always make a comment about money or something or other. And it was just interesting that it was reposted. I think the name's on the thing there, but yeah, it was the reaction to City and Chelsea, of course, progressing into the final of the European. The Champions, I was going to say European Cup then, the Champions League, and it just sort of sums up, obviously, what it's sort of implying that how City did it and how Chelsea did it was, you know, obviously we did it more by the fact P.S.G were not very good and Chelsea did it by being fantastic, and that's just a typical, all right, we can say it's conspiracy theories, but that just is par for the course, really. And interestingly enough, when we got our sort of league title thing back on track at Selhurst Park, I mean, the Daily Fail again, they brought out the day after they brought out that we're could fail the Premier League FFP, which I think is linked in some way to the UEFA. So I don't think there's much chance of that. Not if we've got through the UEFA one, but obviously that was back on the table when it looked as though we might actually have something good happening again. So you can always rely on the Daily Fail to come up with some rubbish. And talking of rubbish, yeah, Simon Jordan, I have heard a couple of his diatribes on the radio, etc. But City Rabin sort of got him at City_Rabin. Had a good riposte to some recent criticism that he had on Simon Jordan, and obviously Rabin said not everyone can steer a football club into the ground and still have a career left in telling people what they should or shouldn't do. Yeah, spot on. I mean, there's a few managers like that, isn't there? They get a management, they get absolutely rubbish, and then they'll get a job somewhere else. So it's not bad, is it? But Simon Jordan I have no respect for that guy. He just talks. I mean, occasionally he will say something that's quite hits home, is quite intelligent, but unfortunately he just ruins that with his sort of obvious hatred for certain things, and certainly Manchester City's not into the way Manchester City are run, that's for sure. Back to the Carabao Cup. Yeah, just talking about that. Yeah, I mean, I always quote Simon on the player ratings and stuff like that. He's our City correspondent, but the old rag element, his old rag sort of heritage comes out occasionally, doesn't it? And we don't need bad things. And I was looking at the. We were struggling, or apparently we're struggling, but I mean, it went down to, obviously, I've got way down on the points, but for the Carabao Cup final, obviously, I managed to get a ticket for it because obviously we didn't sort of sell out as quickly as perhaps we would have hoped. But you know, you had to jump through hoops for that one, didn't you? But yeah, I mean, it's just a dig. I mean, he doesn't need to say it, but you know, if you look at the headline there, I mean, he just can't help himself, can he? You know, and as far as most of us consider, as I say, I do buy Evening News for the football report, but it sort of remains the MUEN, doesn't it? And it always has done. And he, as you say, even our City correspondent will have a dig at us. So it's very, very, very sad, really, isn't it? And quite a recent one, yeah, David Conn. Well, we've had him before, haven't we? He was a little bit bitter after our title was confirmed, of course, and he sort of made a few valid points before Mansour. We won 2 titles in 116 years. I mean, I just did answer him. I didn't get an answer back, but asking him, well, and what point are you making? I don't understand anything about what that means. You know, yeah, obviously, you know, it's like anything. Before certain things happen, other clubs might have won bugger all. You know, so I mean, before Chelsea, Mr. Abramovich came along, Chelsea had done all right. They won a few cups, but you know, you see the change from when he came in. So it's just a needless thing to say, and it's just a typical jealous, bitter thing to say. On the City website, yeah, not too much to shout out about on the matchday programmes. The one versus P.S.G, there's a good piece. Marc Riley interviewed Paul Lake, and obviously give him his various questions, etc., which is always good, worth a good look at that one. I looked at the Chelsea programme. There wasn't that much of exciting, interested in Marc Riley's interview. He didn't really inspire me, so I've not even put that on here. But interesting that Paul Lake's 11, you know, he's picked his City 11. He's got Corrigan, Walker, Watson, Company, Power, KDB, Bell, Silva, Trevor Francis, Aguero, and Chua. I mean, that's not a bad team, that is it. I mean, I think that might win a few leagues, to be honest with you. And some of the features still out there on the City site. If you go onto it and search for these, you've got the 1981 revisited. Not that we really want to go and revisit that, do we? But they did a thing on that quite recently. They've got the remarkable football journey of Enzo Maresca. We chart the incredible backstory of City's inspirational EDS head coach. So if you want to find out a little bit more about him, you got a piece on Phil Foden, Mini-Me. Our midfielder takes a trip down memory lane in the latest episode of City's Mini-Me series. From a City-clad youngster before his first ever training session through to his recollections of Sergio Aguero's famous 93-20 goal, it's safe to say Phil's blood runs blue. Doesn't everybody who's a City fan? The 20-year-old looks back at some of his childhood photos and lifts the lid on his journey to the first team, including all of the sacrifices, smiles and hard work along the way. So seek that out on the MCFC site. City in the community, yeah, they put some signed match issued Carabao Cup final shirts up for auction. If you've not seen that at all, the Manchester City's official foundation got its hands on 18 strips from the 1-0 Wembley win over Tottenham to help raise funds for the new mental health project that they're pushing at the moment. And fans are able to bid on the signed shirts until Thursday, May the 20th at 5 p.m. via Charity Stars. So if you get on the site and get onto Charity Stars, there'll be a link on the City site to that. So if that's of any interest to you. Only one game coming up, upcoming City games as the season draws to a close. It's just the ladies are in action on the 16th of May in the Women's FA Cup. We may have to improve our penalty taking, might we, and that, you never know. But there you go, after the last game, I sort of dipped in and out of and saw what happened, but there you go. Right, to finish off, out and about on social media. Yeah, as normal, there's plenty of blue on blue action, as in a bad way, as in people slagging each other off with the announcement that the 10,000 tickets are going to go on sale to ballot for the Everton home game, the last home game of the season. I mean, everyone wants to be there. I went on the website. I was I think it was 6,000 in the queue or something like that. It's just something. But obviously some people are not happy that certain tickets have been set aside for people with 22,000 plus points and all this thing, and some people are upset that fans who just got citizen cards, there's a small proportion being set aside for them as opposed to all the season card holders, etc, etc, etc. I've looked at the system. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, is it? Let's be honest. But I don't begrudge anyone over 22,000 points having a bit more of a chance than me. I don't begrudge that 1 minute. I mean, quite rightly, obviously, they've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to follow City a lot of places to get that sort of points. And as I said, I'm about a third of that. So I mean, I don't begrudge that at all. I say I've had other things in life. I've not always been able to go to away games. It's where you pick a lot of your points up, obviously, even though I've been to many home games, and obviously since the 80s, 70s and 80s and 90s, where I did most of my away travels, we didn't have that system then, so it counted for nothing, did it? But hey, there you go. But yeah, I think based on what we can see, it's about as fair as you're going to get. It's not going to get a lot better, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to whinge about it. But there's a lot of, there's a bit of animosity, a bit of nastiness, but it's only to be expected from City fans. They're always going to complain about something, aren't we? And, that's how it is. I don't see a lot wrong with it. They've got to do something somehow, haven't they? And it's probably as good as they can make it. Having said that, if we don't get a ticket at the ballot, it'll be a load of crap. But there you go. We'll see what happens on that one. Yeah, Dr. Gary James. I always like to give Gary a plug at Gary James, right? Of course, he's got his Peter Barnes thing, hasn't he? His Peter Barnes biography. I think you can still get your name in it. There was a thing on Twitter 4 or 5 days ago as I'm recording this, but I checked that out anyway. But even if you can't get your name in it, obviously it'll be out to buy very, very soon. So it's obviously Peter Barnes through Dr. Gary James. And don't forget to look at his, he has a little thing on, a little, is it called a blog, is it? Where he obviously puts, I think you have to pay a small subscription, but there is some free stuff on it as well, football archive stuff. So check that out with Dr. Gary James as well. He has asked me to sort of just mention a few things, and I always will. I'll always do that anyway. That's no problem. But certainly, we'll keep your eye out for this Peter Barnes thing. On the thing of books, yeah, don't miss this one. Obviously, which I have mentioned on a couple of other vlogs. Obviously, What It Is to Be Blue. From the Dream Shed Theatre company, Bill Cronshaw. Obviously, it was supposed to be a stage play, wasn't it? But yeah, it's a fantastic book. I sort of almost read through. It's a sort of, as I say, it's not a massive tome by any means, but just check that out with Bill Cronshaw and check Dream Shed Theatre. You can get that. If you're having trouble getting hold of any of these things that I'm going to mention, just give us a shout and I'll give you the full details. That's no problem. But don't miss that one. What It Is to Be a Blue. But there's I did a little special book club on it as well, so seek that out as well. Just that gives you more information as well of where you can get it, etc. And I always mention him, don't I? Mr. Gingerwig, of course, at gingerwigcitygifts.com. Obviously, he's got some great Champions stuff now. Obviously, after just winning the Premier League, well, hopefully, I'll have some great Champions League stuff as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, But he's always adding to his repertoire. Obviously, he'd already put some sort of with the Piccadilly Radio logo style. You remember that? Obviously, you young ones won't, but certainly guys of my age and a little bit younger. Because I'm only 30. We'll remember that, and it's very similar to that. Obviously, that's fantastic, and obviously you can get your old City shirt, legacy shirts as well. Your legacy fan shirts, stuff like that from Gingerwig. So, as I say, as this Champions League and this Premier League victory comes into being, just keep your eye on his website, the gingerwigcitygifts.com, because he's adding loads of things from mugs to mouse mats to t-shirts and lots of beach towels, stuff like that. If we can afford to go away on holiday after paying for all the COVID tests, etc. But hey, there you go. So do please keep your eye on that. And another guy, of course, I always promote, Don Grant. 2003 at hotmail.com. Yeah, nice little daddy and son print there to his library. All these things you can sort of go onto his site and check, or email and find out about it. And of course, he's got the Super Daddy on the daddy theme. He's got a Super Daddy as well, Mr. Pep on it, featuring our Pep as well. And he does have a range. I didn't know that, but he's got a range of football mugs and coasters. And again, Don Grant does stuff for other teams. He's not totally, he's a businessman. You know, you got to make money, you got to do stuff for other things. I mean, I had a video shop. I did have some United videos, but obviously they were always outnumbered by my City ones because I used to get sick of going in shops and all the video. You know, obviously the massive United videos, and never used to be many City ones. So I always made sure I had more City videos in my video shop than United ones. But yeah, just check out Dom because he's got a great range of footy mugs and coasters. I've tried to get rid of the red ones on there, but the City one's fantastic. Yeah, so just check out Don Grant. Don Grant 2003 at hotmail.com is his email address. But if you look for Don Grant or Twitter or Facebook, you'll find him anyway. Lots of stuff from Don as well. And of course, I mentioned this last time, but yeah, Niall sent it me now. I did see it last time, and he kindly sent me one of these. It's great for framing. I've not put it in a frame yet. I might do eventually. But yeah, Niall Swords at NS Words Art. So NSWORDSART. So yeah, again, Niall does stuff for others. He's got, obviously, you'll see Liverpool ones and United ones, etc. So again, he's not silly, which, you know, it's a business, got money, you got to earn money. So, but that is fantastic. So as I say, it's I'll get that in a frame at some stage. At the moment, I've just got it stuck up as it is. But my thanks for Niall for that, who sent me that. Absolutely wonderful. So give Niall support at https://www.nswordsart.com/ so get on there and give him a look and give him some support as well. It's fantastic. Tuchel, yeah, just getting away from that. Yeah, there's a little piece on Mr. Tuchel, wasn't it, out and about the media, saying that on April, this was April the 16th, so about 3 weeks back, he commented that his side would hunt Guardiola's side next season. Well, he's already started, hasn't he? He's already started hunting us. He's going to get another opportunity to hunt us. I thought it was quite funny, actually. I mean, I know these managers pay respect. I think they say these things and they're hoping that, you know, they'll do far better. You know, they sort of set the standard low. So if sort of hunt us down and beat us in the Champions League final, for instance, it's took him a little bit less, and then he can go on and obviously psychologically do well for next season. But let's hope we can knock him back a bit. But that was an interesting headline from Tuchel, and you see the same thing from you've seen the same thing from United managers who sort of said things about City, and you know they want to put it right, but they're not quite at the stage where they can do it yet. And Sergio, yeah, he issued an apology, of course, for his Panenka, didn't he? I mean, is it a thing to do? I mean, players would be apologising every week, wouldn't they? They had to apologise for every error. They did. All right, it was a big error, don't get me wrong, but yeah, does he need to do it? Yeah, I think he does. Actually, I think he does need to go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a player going on the internet or tweeting or wherever it is and apologising for something. There's nothing wrong with that. But whether it's a trend, as I say, a lot of players have a lot of apologising to do, but they never do. So there you go. And yeah, sticking with players and ex-players, some good ones after, of course, United's defeat confirmed City as champions. So we're going to throw a few up on screen there. The first one's KDB Gundogan, Kyle Walker. We've got Nell with that great flag, of course. That's a fantastic. I think I featured that a couple of episodes ago. And of course, we've got the wonderful Central Library all lit up in blue. That was a great sight to see as well. Then you go on to people, more tweets there from Mr. Horlock, ex-City players, Jesus, Zabaleta, another ex-City player, Torres, Aguero and Sterling, all happy with the actual winning the league. It's different, isn't it, when you're not there, when you're not actually involved. It's not quite the same, is it? Then you've got Stefan there commenting, Mendy, and a nice one from England, actually, for the England players, which was a good one to see for the 4-3 Lions that we've got at the moment. You got Ferner, Diaz, and that great image popped up again of Edison, which I've seen before, with his tats and the trophy on his back. I think that's a fantastic. I think that's one of the best images. That's a screensaver or a thing to print off and put on your wall itself, isn't it? That's a great image. So there you go, just a few things after we won the league. And please don't forget, I'll put that there, don't forget the latest copy of King of the Kippax is out, 277, May 2021. So make sure you got that. It's been out for a couple of weeks as I'm doing this, but make sure you got the latest, or you've got it on Kindle or whatever. And if you need any further details, as I said, just give us a shout and I can give you the details how to subscribe to that, etc., etc. Right, there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope there's something in there that you've not seen that interested you. Please check out all my cities and vlogs, past and present. There's loads of stuff on there. I'm going to try, even during the summer break, I'll try and it's at least 5 or 6 vlogs a week. I might have a day or two off in the summer just for myself, but I'll always be releasing 5 or 6 different vlogs every week as well. So please keep tuning in and keep supporting me. That'd be very, very grateful. What are we going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps have a flick across, have a look at my film and TV channel. All I ever ask you to do is please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.